Hello and welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Phil Hill, and this month we're going to review the recently completed 2007 fall sports season. And as always, we're pleased to have the Supervisor of Athletics for East Brunswick Schools, Frank Noppenberger. Frank, welcome to Sports Talk.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to be here, and again, thank you and everyone who's volunteered their time to help this fall season be successful, especially with Channel 3. Great thing you guys do for the kids.
Okay. Frank, I think for the spring sports, as you might recall, is a little tough on you guys. I thought it was a rather mediocre season by East Brunswick standards. But looking at the fall sport results, a banner year by any measurement.
Well, overall, it's a very exciting fall, from the field to the Hall of Fame induction, we'll talk about in a minute, to the success, winning Thanksgiving, to championships in boys soccer, girls soccer, tennis, and volleyball, a lot of All-Americans in field hockey and cheerleading. It's just a banner year, I guess. And but more important, it's a great bunch of kids this year.
Yes,
Not that last year wasn't, but it's just an extremely super group of kids. There's a lot of team camaraderie. There's a lot of fun out there, and the effort's there all the time. So very pleased with the sports season, the coaches, and certainly, and the parents. Parents hung in there, Phil. You know, we didn't have that football field at the stadium. They hung in there. They supported us in away games. You know, it wasn't just football. Soccer uses that. Cross country uses it. Girls soccer, field hockey. So we were put, you know, a little bit of a hardship there, but everybody came through.
Okay, let's start with football. Marcus Borden, I got to see a couple games. I saw him against South Brunswick, where they played an outstanding first half, and then the second half they just weren't up to snuff. And I think as I kept up with them, a lot of the season was pretty much the same way. The first half they're blowing everybody out, and then somehow the second half they get caught, with the exception of the Old Bridge game, which was just an exciting day. You know, after 12 years, they finally beat Old Bridge on Thanksgiving. Made everybody's turkey go down well. Certainly
did, Phil. The whole day, that whole Thanksgiving game, and give me a minute on that. You know, we retired we named the track after Mr. Ty. The field, there was the first not the first, we had Powder Puff there on Tuesday. Didn't see you there, Phil.
I know, didn't make that one.
I marked that down. But, you know, Thanksgiving, beautiful day, dedicated the track to Mr. Ty. We had senior night for all the teams in there. It was just a great day, adding to that the victory against Old Bridge. Seeing you there and some old people, and, you know, a lot of the old timers came back for Mr. Ty. Josh Miller was there, as you know. His first state champion ever was there. We had a lot of people there for Mr. Ty. Top 5 of my athletic highlights of my career as a coach and as a AD. It was just a beautiful day.
It was a super day, and Dudley Ty, I know he retired in 1994, but I go up the track every now and then, and many days you can go up there, and he's the only person up at that track. He loves that track, and I think it was just a nice honor for him.
Thank you. And, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize Dr. Majesto for everything she did. She was really pusher behind this field, the track, to get it done and to make it the top line. She wanted we met every week. She was at every meeting, and we dotted every I and crossed every T, and when it's finished, it's going to be one of the best around.
I'll tell you, it's beautiful. Again, some of the players, Bobby Taco, Randy Varbelow, Mauro Tucci, Mike Kellerman. Those are the names that sort of come out, but and of course the quarterback Doug Fisher did an outstanding job as well. We tend to talk about the skilled positions and not so much the linemen, but to fight back the way they did for a 500 season and to finally beat Old Bridge, our hats have to go off to the entire team and Marcus Borden as well.
Well, I told Marcus that I thought that he had a great game plan against Old Bridge. I think he kept them off balance in every play. I can usually, after all these years, predict pretty much what Marcus is going to do. I had no idea where it's coming from in this time, and it seemed like everything he did was right on target. It reminded me of the old Marcus in the mid-'80s. But there are a lot of, so congratulations to the staff and Marcus for their preparation. But kids like Kevin Morris, who maybe is our unsung MVP, anchoring that offense and defensive line. doesn't get that recognition. Justin Price, a young athlete who's an outstanding junior, he's going to be back for us. You mentioned the quarterback of the future Tucci. He's going to be a tough one. He's going to be good. Reminds me a little of that old quarterback Mariano we had. Ray Bryan, an outstanding tight end. He did a great job for us this year. So it's going to be interesting to see next year. I don't know if we're going to be as quick. I don't know if we're loaded as the offensive back. But I think the kids were real excited about the team this year. And opening up the field, as I meant to say, they're real excited about the field. JV's had a real good year. Right, 6-3, I believe, 6-4. Freshman outstanding, 8th grade outstanding. A lot of numbers. So it's maybe one of those years where we got a lot of numbers. We had this year, so we're going to have a real good, strong, big group next year. No predictions, but I'm happy about that.
Well, it bodes well for the Bears. Let's talk a little bit about cheerleading. Bethany Grasso and her.
Yep, first-year coach, Bethany. She been with us as an assistant coach a few years, and her enthusiasm is contagious to the other kids. We had a bunch of All-Americans. But again, the girls weren't, you know, I mentioned all the sports that suffered. The girls weren't able to cheer in front of everyone either. So, you know, we forget about them, and I did too. But they had no events. They had the soccer games to cheer, but nothing at the stadium. But let me mention the All-Americans. Lucinda Toto was a captain. She was an All-American. Nicole Ward, same thing. Carly Pavlicek, Brittany Scholes, Blaze Pennington, Brittany Ferrone, Jenna Galucci, Romina Verisi, and Elisa Lorshik, all All-Americans. This is done in the summertime. It's probably the most dedicated group of cheerleaders we've had in a while. We're into competition. We're not competing right now, but it's expanded to where there's a lot of competition. So great group of cheerleaders, and I thank them for everything they've done.
Okay. Boys cross country, Mike Harnett, I think the record was 3-4, but what can you tell us about him?
We're young. I mean, I'm not going to, it's absolutely, he'll tell you we were I don't know where he came up with this, Phil, but he says we're the number 4th rated freshman team in the state. I don't know where he came up with that, but we're real young. And he's told me, and Don Mandy, the winter track coach, and the head spring coach told me, we're going to be good. Our next couple of years, we're real good. Joe DeMarco, Matt Kohler, Casa, and Matt Rasay did a great job for us in cross country. Again, they struggled not having a home course except for one, but I thank them for their patience, and the next couple of years are going to be real good. And the same with girls cross country.
Okay.
A young team, although Sarah Smith and Liz Stankiewicz provided some senior leadership, it was one of those rebuilding years. Gymnastics, girls cross country, real rebuilding. But with Kelly Gonzalez and Lisa Kuzmak coming back, we're going to be okay. So although we didn't win anything in those two, Phil, we're certainly competitive, and the better days are ahead.
Okay, some of the others, Liz Stankiewicz and Erica Maltby, and of course I think Sarah Smith had the best time at Merrill Park, 20.29. Anytime you can get around the 21 or below and whatnot,
you're flying.
You're really flying.
Yeah, Sarah had a couple injuries during the year and held her back, but she'll be go down one of the all-time better cross-country people for us.
Boys soccer, 15-5-1. Terry McGibbon, Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year by the Home News.
Wow.
Should have been for the division, too. However, sometimes they just give that to the coach who wins the division. Terry stuck with his system. We struggled in the beginning. I think we may have been about 500. Then when the last 5, 6, 7 games, we caught the wave, and boy, we were exciting to watch.
He was actually 3-1 at one point, and then took off and I guess won 12 of the next 14 games.
Played with confidence. The kids really came through. They bought into his system. It takes sometimes a couple of years, but he had faith in the kids. The kids have faith in him. And then the last 4 or 5 games felt so exciting. Really with a lot of spirit, and played hard, played tough teams. Beat South Brunswick twice in the last 2 weeks. Beat North Brunswick once, beat Monroe. I mean, these were tough teams in the county. So everything they got, they earned, and it was very exciting to watch, especially at the end. We'll miss Chris Hajar, our senior leader. We're going to miss Evan Bransdorfer, who could score with anyone and was just a competitor. Rylan Norland had a great year for us. Chris Fawsey, a young kid coming back. Zach Stahl got most of the ink, especially in the GMC finals.
What a stud. He's a junior goalkeeper.
What a display in that game.
Yeah.
It was like...
9 saves.
And they were legitimate saves.
Wow.
Diving, coming out for the ball. And it's nice to know you got him coming back. That's like having your catcher, your shortstop coming back. So, like cross country, we're going to be hurt again the next couple of years in boys soccer.
Okay, I'd like to mention that Stahl, Hajar, Randolpher, and Chris Fawsey made the all-area team, and you had honorable mention for Ryan Norland, Steve Fawsey, and Raphael Smith. So they're all to be congratulated. Again, Terry McGibbons continuing the legacy of the late Dan Hastings.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we've only had, I think it's 4 head coaches in East Brunswick history, and Terry came in with maybe a little different style, who knows, but and I know he's excited about the field because he likes to spread the field, and with that new field we have at the stadium, it's a lot wider. He promised, no, he didn't promise me, but he says I'm excited because that's his style, spreading the field out. So,
but they're going to have to adjust because it's going to be a quicker game because it's on the rug, so to speak.
We've always been quick.
Yeah.
Phil. We've always been quick. We've always got those athletes. Not exceptionally quick, not a Heather O'Reilly quickness, but good team quickness and good team speed. That's always been our trait.
Okay, girls soccer, 19-2-1. Coach Kevin Brady. I think the all-county selections don't come out till Saturday, but he's got to be the coach of the year.
In my opinion, he is, but I don't think he got it.
You don't think he was named?
And no one has told me who the player of the year is, but I'm sure we got some kids like Monica who should be considered, or Rebecca Kent, or Gabby Barbado. I'm not sure where they're going to go with that. That's not our choice. And quite honestly, the kids really don't care about that.
They don't.
This group is pretty unique with that, too. Like I said, this whole group this year, all the coaches sold and the kids bought into, rightfully so, the team concept. Another great group. Some people said one of our best teams ever.
Well, the most balanced team. First of all, I think 4 kids had 9 goals or more, so clearly a very balanced and unselfish team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got along well, namely Stahl and Barbado. Gabby, who's going to Merck and U on a scholarship.
Is that right?
That's not bad, found that out.
Wow. Wow.
Naomi's going to Dartmouth. She's going to run there. Rebecca Kent, outstanding player. She's going to be back for us. Monica's going to be back. We had a freshman start some games and play a lot, score a lot of goals for us, Cassie Riccio. So we are going to be okay, again, in girls soccer. But, you know, I was at probably all their home games, tournament games, and what I can't get out of my mind, Phil, and you're going to have to help me with this, is that game against West Windsor. Okay. We're the number 1 seed, they're the number 16 seed. It's not that we weren't playing hard. Things weren't going our way, and then they had this kick from maybe 30 yards out, and it just floated in. An unstoppable goal, and that knocked us out of state tournament play.
But yeah, I can't cry for you, Frank, because you're talking about the girls soccer team has won the GMC tournament 23 out of 24 years. I mean, come on. Well, 23 out of 24 years, you've been the champs.
And you know, the thing is, the girls are upset, and their goals, they set their expectations are so high. And we had a chance. We were that good. We could have made a run at the state tournament this year. But we were talking earlier about it's high school sports.
That's right.
Every play, you never know what's going to happen. And you know, I really felt bad for the kids, but boy, did they get refocused quick for the conference tournament.
Okay, I want to mention your goalie, Carrie Williams, and Rebecca Kent also, Heather Hasker, and Carrie Linger, who was great defensively.
Carrie did a great job for us for 4 years. We're going to miss her.
Okay. Girls field hockey. The team was 9-6-1. Megan Kinney was the coach.
Megan, first-year coach, replaced the legendary Cindy Todoroff, and I think we met our expectations. I think we played to our potential. couple games we lost in like overtime or in the last minute. It was just so frustrating. Coach would come in and talk to me and say, Frank, we had shots and we had shots and we had shots. It just wouldn't go in. But as we said before, that's high school sports.
That's high school sport, that's for sure. Well, you had Nicole File and Patrice Resch.
And they're two outstanding all-stars. I'm sure you got that.
Right.
Patrice is going to play in an all-star game for us.
Super.
Nicole's only a junior, I believe, so she's going to be back, and she's got a lot of accolades coming for her. Sorry, Phil.
Okay, and understand, according to the Star Ledger, the two of the top sophomores in the state, Alyssa Gotkins and Sierra Rochbach, who are going to be there for a couple of years. Rochbach actually made second team all Middlesex County in the Star Ledger.
Yeah,
so a good group of girls. I like to mention some others: Christian Trimbley, Jamie Hatala, Sarah Parker, and Laura Chicky as well. So just a great team.
Laura's been with us for 4 years, and great leadership from her. Great role model for the younger kids.
Okay, girls tennis, and I think you got co-coaches Karen Grant and Brian McInerney, and of course Bill Pellegrino somewhere around as well. But they captured a third straight GMC tournament championship, which says a lot. They were 13-0 in the GMC, and all you heard if you looked at any paper was about Steph Balassa. Just a sophomore?
She's a junior.
She's a junior? Okay.
I think, yeah.
Are you sure?
Sophomore.
She's a sophomore. She's a sophomore, and she's the player of the year for both the Home News and the Star Ledger. That says a whole lot.
She's legit. And remember, her older sister was the same type of accolades for us, went on to play for Rutgers. She's in grad school out in Chicago now. And you can't find a finer person than Steph Balassa. Just a great, great kid and a competitor. A little bit of an injury, 3/4 of the year,
right.
kind of, and it's so close at that level. She was down to the final 4, I guess, and lost because it's so close, and a little injury or not being highly tuned. But we did win the division, we did win the conference. Sonia Say is also a junior who's coming back.
They say Sonia Say plays second singles and whatnot, but may be the second best player in the county.
Yeah, another great kid, unassuming kid. You see her in the hallway, and you wouldn't know that she's such a competitor. But our tennis team, we shared the coaching responsibilities this year. Coach Grant, Coach McInerney split it. Coach Grant got a full-time job teaching kindergarten, couldn't be there the whole time, so we worked it out. And that other young man you mentioned, Coach Pellegrino,
right.
This is the first year we have JV tennis. We had JV tennis for the girls, and we'll have it for the boys. And Coach Pell was the JV coach.
Wow.
And not only were they like 8-1 in the varsity undefeated, so we have a pretty nice tennis program going. And a lot of it, yes, the parents help with the lessons and take the kids.
Right.
3 great, great, great coaches.
That's super.
That's the difference.
I thought it was interesting that for the all Middlesex team, virtually you had Steph, who was first singles, Sonia Say second singles. Then you had your
Christina
first
Moley.
doubles. You had Christina Mole and Laura Strandberg.
Right.
And second doubles, Mallory Heistein and Sabrina Shea.
Right.
I mean, all the first team.
And Margot Test at third singles was right there too.
Who could probably be first singles at a lot of different schools.
We had a good, and like I said, the JV. So hats off to the girls tennis, and what a great bunch of girls they are.
All right. I want to mention Daria Wong as well. Okay. Girls volleyball, 27-4. Melissa Strauss, coach of the year. Strauss, coach of the year. I mean, what's that? 4 coaches of the year, and two others that should have
Well,
been.
they all should have been. Phil, come on.
They all should have been.
And it's got nothing to do with winning.
I
Believe
hear
me,
you.
I see what they do. I see the effort they do and the work and everything that goes into it. And that sometimes, and every one of them says, I don't care about the coach of the year. No, I don't care.
They say that.
But I want it for them.
I hear you. Tell me about Michelle Simkowski.
What a competitor. What a great kid. We'll play college volleyball somewhere. Volleyball's in her blood. Her brother was a player for us. Player of the year. a leader, and it'd be a tense game. It'd be like 15-15 or something, and I'm like sweating it out, and she'd make a mistake, and she'd like just shrug it off and like kind of smile, and then come back with a kill the next play.
Wow,
I mean,
wow.
she had a great disposition out there, and the poise of her and the other seniors was the reason we were so successful. They never got rattled. Maybe it's because they've been there, but her and Alana Miller, Rebecca Temkin, and Marta Matera, outstanding kids, outstanding leaders, and basically the reason we were so good. And we're going to reload. Coach said we're not going to be as good. We're going to reload, but we'll be competitive in the hunt next year.
I hear you. Well, Becky Timkins, just a sophomore.
Yes.
Alana Miller, I just wanted 166 kills, 222 assists. That's a lot by anybody's standard.
And I've never heard the girl talk.
Is that
She's
right?
just so quiet, I mean, and it's just great. Where Michelle, you hear Michelle and
Right.
Matera, Alana, no, what a great bunch of kids to watch,
Yep.
and you really appreciate when you see the joy in their faces.
Okay. I want to mention second team All-County, Grace Wang, Marta Matera. Honorable mention was Nicole Venezia, Candace Riggs, Mary Ruffner, and Hajin Kao. So again, just an outstanding job by the team there. Okay.
Okay, yes, gymnastics.
Go ahead.
Okay, gymnastics. Another, I said earlier, is rebuilding. A brand new coach, Kara Sifchik, a young lady, would walk down the hallway. You wouldn't know if she was a sophomore, a senior, or a coach.
Is that right?
But she's a gymnast. She's one of those gymnasts all year round people. So she's going to get us back on top. She's got a great rapport with the kids. Everything worked out well for us this year. And I'm really happy for the gymnastics team, Lauren Wells, and we thank her for her leadership. And Dan Cohen's been a manager with us for 3 years. So Dan, thank you for everything you've done to help the gymnastics program, because there's a lot of equipment and things to move. Dan was there for us. But we're going to be okay with gymnastics. We're taking baby steps, but in a year or so, we're going to be in the hunt again.
Okay. We have to mention Phil Hostler. Just today I read he's named to the NJ
SIA Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. How many Hall of Fames is he in?
He's in anyone he's eligible for, except for the national.
He's not in the national
You
yet.
can't get in the national until you get in your state association.
Okay.
So that's our next step, and well deserved.
Congratulations to Phil.
Right. Phil is
Seriously.
in the Hall of Fame. First trainer ever from New Jersey in the Hall of Fame. So I can't say enough about Phil and his kids and what he brings to the athletic program. A few of Phil's girls that helped out this year: Liz Antman, Shane Stone, Marissa Silver, Jennifer Levy, and Stacey Schwenk. Kids that are behind the scenes but are necessary for the success of any program. So we thank Phil and them for everything they do. Also, Phil, at that banquet on Monday, Greg Rutz was honored for his service for volleyball by the state, and the athletic program was honored for their sportsmanship. We were the red division for the sportsmanship winner from the previous year. So we win, we do it the right way, and that sportsmanship is a reflection on, the principal Bob Murphy, the JV kids, the freshman kids. It's not just varsity.
Yeah, well, let's be for real, Frank. That is a reflection on the athletic director. And I see you when I go to the games, and whether it's a football game, basketball game, or whatever and whatnot, you're walking around, you have your eye on things. If the kids seem to be acting up a little bit, you're right there and whatnot. So sportsmanship award, not surprising for East Brunswick, but a lot of the credit has to go to you.
We work on it, we really do.
Okay, anything new? We don't have too much time.
I'm so excited about the stadium and the new track being done, and then they're going to, in the spring, they're going to redo the baseball fields, back there. So we're going to be maybe under construction again for the next fall. I do know that football, the stadium, is going to get a lot of use this spring with both the crosses using it, the track teams using it. In the springtime, the baseball team, softball, early spring will be using it because of the weather outside. I know phys ed's going to use it. So that's going to add to our program immensely. The new track will be finished hopefully by May. It's, again, Going to be the best around,
I hear
hopefully
you.
to run some small invitationals there. And so I'm excited about
I
that.
hear you. With all that dirt that is left up there, you know, you can actually create a bowl like, you know, you've been to Cherokee, right?
Yeah.
Where they actually, the field sits down and grass goes up and
Right.
you walk down to it.
Yeah.
That's an idea. Of course, it would be a lot of money, but
Well, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna introduce downhill skiing. No,
skiing.
we are.
Seriously.
You saw the sign on the mountain, right?
Okay.
Bear Mountain.
Is that what it says?
Sign, great
Okay,
sign says Bear
okay.
Mountain. So a lot of good things happen in East Brunswick with construction. The winter season starts in a couple weeks. Hope the audience out there can come out and watch us support the Bears. Basketball, wrestling, going to be real exciting. We have winter track. Swimming has already started.
Okay.
Bowling has already started, and expecting another strong winter season.
Okay, Frank. We're about out of time. Seems like it goes very quickly, but Frank, I want to thank you again for being here and sharing with us. So thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Okay. For Frank Noppenberger, I'm Phil Hill saying, please join us next time.